My name is Ian Drew. I am the founder and CEO of Voca Property. We acquire and operate multifamily properties. We predominantly work in Texas, Florida, and South Carolina. And we were fortunate enough to work with Christian and his team to take a lead role in our capital raising efforts. And as a result, we were able to close on our first syndication, which is Jackson Place, a 288 unit property down in the south of Texas in the Rio Grande Valley. We raised just under $6 million. We're oversubscribed in the end. We were very happy and very grateful with the work done. Initially tried a number of avenues on the capital raising side, which weren't getting traction, despite the fact that our forecast numbers were well and truly above market. Included in that, and I think most relevant to Christian and his team, is that we had engaged one or two other digital marketing firms who were poor. I mean, there's no other way to put it. We, I think, set Christian and his team a really difficult target because we really got together relatively late in the process. As I said, having tried a number of methods which didn't gain traction and weren't successful, Christian and his team were amazing in the fact that they were able to provide a large number of genuine leads to us in a really short space of time. And, that in turn is due to the Christian and his team processes, the way in which, you guys did business. And I could see initially it was just a completely different prospect from what we had dealt with before in terms of the marketing. I mean, we're talking days after we had done the sort of preparatory work that we did, we started to get an absolute stream of really qualified, genuine leads. And my calendar was filled with people who were genuinely interested, wanted to invest or at the very least, wanted to have the conversation to learn more about the project. And in the end, we got a really high portion of people through Christian and his team with whom we spoke that either were very close to investing or did invest. As I said, in a very short space of time, we ended up well and truly oversubscribed. Being relatively new to the process, and certainly this is the first time that I worked with Christian and his team, absolutely amazing at the speed at which you guys were able to generate the level of interest that you did and the quality of investors that I was presented with. Essentially, it was a game changer for us. And in the end, we raised the capital comfortably. Look, I was astonished. And bearing in mind that almost by definition, these are new relationships. I thought, the checks would be on the lower size and that we would have to get an enormous number of investors because this is the first time that they had met us. We were a kind of a difficult proposition for Christian and his team. We were astonished. I mean, the check sizes, we had a minimum of $50,000 and we got a few people in at $50,000, but we got one person in at $500,000. We got several people, $200,000 to $250,000 range. In fact, one chap was also at $300,000. So I'd say if you averaged it all out, the average check size would have been somewhere in the $100,000 to $200,000 range, which was fabulous. Again, given that how quickly we had to work, we worked really quickly, again, because of your timetable in the first sort of 10 to 15 days to, I think, do a lot of the marketing. I don't want to sound too much of a sycophant here, but you guys were incredibly accommodating. And because of that, we got all of the marketing work done really, really quickly. So we probably had 30 days at it. And really from the word go, the diary just started to fill up and it was well beyond expectations. Amazing. So if you're thinking of coming in and engaging with Christian and his team, I couldn't recommend it any more highly. We came from a really bad backdrop with other digital marketing firms. This is completely different. Christian and his team got us over the line. We were well and truly oversubscribed. The process was simply exceeded expectations. And I plan to work with Christian and his team on every transaction that I have going forward. It couldn't have worked out any better for us. It was such a tough exercise for us at the start. We weren't really enjoying it. Towards the end, when it all finished, I almost didn't know what to do with myself. I actually quite enjoyed it because the response was so good and the investors were real that it became a really almost a pleasurable process, which sounds slightly ridiculous, but it's very true.